just dropped it in the Discord. And thank you. I saw people asking in the Discord. And yes, sometimes I don't send out let's do the weather one. Yeah. I realized I was getting ready and I was jumping around between things. I didn't send out the, hey, Reptar, good to see you there. I didn't send out the classes starting link, but we always have class unless I announce there's no class. So I guess this was a test to see if people would show up, but I'm so glad. I think we had pretty good attendance. I'll double check, but yeah, it definitely like. And so I have a meeting at 1, so I started this right away. Isn't office hours in person today? I think we're doing the online because I switched it up. So I switched it on the it does say in person. Charlie, I'm so sorry. Tuesdays are my crazy day. We're gonna do online right now. And hopefully I'm not disappointing people. So it is online right now. Let me send out a quick announcement and say office hours are online. I'm currently streaming. I am so sorry. I have meetings. It's craziness. Office hours online 2 points today. Yeah, let's do some right here. Just for a bit now and then streaming later. We can probably do chapter 4 homework in full later. And then I had to change the syllabus. I need to change the syllabus too. So that's why there's so much confusion, is because I thought I had class Wednesday morning and I actually missed my first class of the semester. That was good. And then I found out I have class on Tuesday morning. So because of that, yeah. So man. I'm gonna eat my sandwich that my wife made before me during. Tomorrow, yep. Everything's normal tomorrow. We had just had a meeting get brought up today, and so meetings. Say my teacher should just teach. Let me throw everyone 1,000 points for being here. I really appreciate it. I think we're gonna do the rain, no rain problem, and where this all is recorded, so you can come back and check it out later. Thank you so much, everybody. We're gonna do the rain, no rain. I think we have time for at least 2 or 3 problems. What do people want to do after the rain, no rain problem? Drop it in the chat right now, and we're gonna do it. So what do you want to do? We got the rain, no rain problem coming up. Where's the rain, no rain? Any questions in the chat? Here's the rain, no rain. Let's go do it. Surveyed about their plans. Check that one out. You got it, Ben. So here we are on the live stream. Chapter 3 and 4 quiz. We got a lot of chapter 3 quiz done yesterday, and this will be, we got most of it done, but this is one of the ones we didn't get done, so let's do it. Okay, Stat 201, chapter 3 quiz, rain, no rain. Okay, or just how accurate. People might not know it, not like I know it. Just how accurate. Rain, no rain. Okay. What do you usually hear when you wake up in the morning? When you wake up in the morning, you usually hear the what for the weather. When you wake up in the morning, you usually hear the what for the weather. Good to see you. You usually hear the what for the weather when you wake up. What do you usually hear? The forecast. So it makes more sense if we put the forecast over here. So if you think about it, this is what actually happens. Like, I don't think it's rain today. So if you go down this way, how many days did it actually not rain? Does everyone hear this? How many days did it actually not, or actually rain, excuse me. How many days did it actually rain? If you go down this away, how many days did it actually rain? How many days did it actually rain? How many days did it actually rain? You can say, I don't know. I still get points for that. How many days did it actually rain? 32. So it actually rained 32 days. We're just adding them up. What does this number over here mean on the side when I write 90? What is the context of this number? What is the context of that 90 over there? What is the I think Veronica might be starting to see it. What is the context of that 90? Look at what we've gone through. I haven't started to see it. Good to see you, Ivan, everyone. What is the context of that 90? The amount of days rain was forecasted. Exactly, because you're going across this way, and this is 90 days where it was forecasted rain. So we can add these up and put the totals. 365 will be right here. Makes the math easier. So I was 365 in this table because 365 days a year for not a leap year. Now we can put 275 there, and we can put down here, we can put 333. If I get the math wrong, please tell me. So you can see that it did not rain on 333 days. We'll be using this table here to solve the problem. So draw out your table, make it nice and easy. On what percent of days did it actually rain? So someone tell me in the chat, what is the math for? On what percent of all the days did it actually rain? What is the math? On what percent of days did it actually rain? Not forecasted this time. Oh, don't worry, that was the correct answer last time. On what percent of days did it actually rain? Exactly, because we just go right here. So 32 divided by 365 on days it actually rained. 32, 365. There we go. Times by 100 and round your decimals. On what percent of days was rain forecasted? Make sure to do your decimals correctly. What is the math for the percent of days that rain was forecasted? What percent of days, and great job, Benjamin, everyone. What percent of days was rain forecasted out of all the days? What percent of days was rain forecasted? Roto Wave bomb, 5,000 points, Roto Wave. I'm going to do that every time you appear, so people need to give Roto Wave some W's in the chat. What percent of days was rain forecasted? Exactly. Roto Wave is one of our Stats 1 legends. You might have a Roto Wave. If you show them your points, you might have some ridiculous points. I'm trying to remember if I did that for you, or I might have reset it. But 90, that's the days the rain was forecasted. If you go across the forecast right there. Man, I miss seeing you on campus, Roto Wave. I was even saying that to another student on LinkedIn yesterday. If you know Miles, Miles is amazing. And Ashland, so many amazing students. Roto Wave has Mike Marshmallow. He's got about 1 billion points, or yeah. Oh, you know Miles? Yeah, Miles is amazing. I was talking to him on LinkedIn, or just Miles is because I guess he just graduated with you. What am I saying? You know Miles. He's got Miles has the best fits. We were talking about fit during class. We were doing goodness of fit tests. On what percent of days was forecast correct? I need to focus because I don't have much time. Morbin, Brian, Morbin. On what percent of days was was the forecast correct? Does everyone see that it rained? It was forecasted to rain and it actually rained. And it was forecasted to not rain and did not rain on these days. Awesome. So does everyone notice here, in these instances, it rained and forecast to rain and did not rain and it was not forecasted. So these are the correct forecasts. Like when it matches up, when it matches along this diagonal. So what is the math for the percent of days that the forecast was correct? I'll write it down here on the bottom. What is the math for the percent of days the forecast was correct? Great job. Carrie's right there. Exactly. Yeah, just add them up and divide by 365 and times by 100. Yeah, is this question, I hope people are like, oh, that's a lot easier than I thought. Once you see it and see the solve for it and know what the table means, it gets a lot easier. It can be really tricky when you're like, what does this even mean? The last one gets weird, but it's not that bad. I've done this problem a ton of times. So now it wants to know which of these bar charts is accurate. And it's going to be this one right here. Because it reads, if it rained, the forecast was correct. Notice how there's 32 days it rained, and the forecast was correct 25. So this one, it's weird. It says RC, but that means if it rained, the forecast was correct. So out of the 32 days, it was right 25 because it actually rained 32 days. And it would be 25 divided by 32, and that proves this bar. You could solve the rest of them. To show it visually to you on this graphic right here, you would need to go in and show what's going on by doing the following, and you're only looking at if it rained. So if you only go to when it rained, you would only go to this. Like, given it rained, the forecast was correct. So 25 out of the 32 days. If you scum the question on the quiz, we can ask you about a similar question. Really, are you talking about the MuBot I created? People have been using it. I'm really excited about that. I'm presenting it to a department. It's maybe the MuBot you're talking about, but maybe he's doing it. Yeah, you can probably use the MuBot ChatGPT I made, and I bet he's solving them because he has the knowledge. If we get stuck on a question on the quiz, can we ask MuBot a similar question Of course you can. Yes. Use all the resources. Amelia, I'm so happy. I've noticed more people are using it. And is there evidence of an association? No, they're fairly the same depending on type of weather. It has been common for shoppers. Let's do that. We'll try to do as many. Let's try to do 2 more. It's common for shoppers. Oh, to do the comparison shopping, right? That's back here somewhere. It's like the cyber shopping one. I know that one. It's like common for shoppers to do cyber shopping. Okay, here we go. Wait, where's the, it's in the it's in the it's in the class. Mubot AI tutor right over here. Mubot AI tutor right there. So if you click that, it's under the tabs. Yeah, I can probably drop it in the chat. It should work really well. There's over 300 chats. I'm gonna be really excited if people use it a whole bunch over the semester. So and give me your comments on it. Like, tell me if it's not working right. It's this right here, and so you can do the learning quiz. Like, you can say, quiz me over chapter 5 normal. Don't even tell it the thing. You can just say chapter 5 because it knows chapter 5. So stop talking to me, but there we go. So it's supposed to know our class. Ooh, it said sampling distributions. Ooh, what is? Ooh, no. Oh, you see now this is no. It's oof. Ooh. That's the first error I've seen it make. Okay, here we go. So it's not perfect. That's one of the first errors I've seen it make. Okay, let's do this question. We have enough time for it. It's only as good as the person who programs it. Chapter 3 quiz. It has become. He's never wrong. Oh, here we go. It has become normal for people to cyber compare. You look at a price online and they figure out if it's cheaper online or in person. What percentage of those earning less than? This is called a conditional distribution. Yeah, let me try to do that one. I think we can, Benjamin. Let's do this one. And tell me if I go too quickly, because I'll try to get them both in this video. When you see what percent of people earning less than 30,000, you have to go and do a conditional distribution. So you'd go and do this right here with the biggest pen ever. And so what percent of people earning less than 30,000 cyber comparison shop? So there's 827 and 201. So of the 827, 201 cyber comparison shop. So 201 of the 827 cyber comparison shop turned to a percent and times by 100. Good to see you there, Ian. Sarah, the legend, another legend dropping in. We'll throw another 5,000. Why not? It's a lot of points today. What percent of people earning more than 75,000 cyber comparison shops? Same sort of trick right here. We're going to do the more than 75,000 and do the same sort of mathematics where we find out of these individuals, there are 621. And now we go over here and say 211, which is a bigger percentage. It looks like 211 out of 621. So 211 out of 621 times by 100. And there it is. Make sure to work your decimals and get them right. That's going to all round up. What percent of people who cyber comparison shop earn less than 30,000? Notice that this is a change. It's of the people who cyber comparison shop. So of the people who cyber comparison shop is going to be this group up here. Sadly, we're going to have to add up all these numbers and find out what percent this is out of the total. So 201 plus 115 plus 144 plus 211. And 201 divided by the total that we found times 100 to find the percent. And it is 30% because it rounds nice and neat. Is it reasonable to assume that about 20% of people, all shoppers, use their phone to cyber comparison shop? Ay, what kind of question is that? Yes, because the sample is large enough that the sample can be assumed to be representative. Samples. Let's go with this one. Really? Did differ? No, because the sample is probably not representative of all. Anything that's subjective is just painful. Anything that's subjective, I was like, let me just take a guess. What does it say? They asked people in the past 30 days. You always want representative samples. We talked about the cake early on. The cake is a lie. But I'm going to do one more right here. And then we'll do some chapter 4 here later today, Amelia. Prior to graduation, let's try to get this one really quick. if it's subjective, that's not fair. It's like, it should say like they talk to customers only at Christmas time or something. And that would, oh yeah, this one's a fun one. This one is precise wording. So on this one, I want you to help me out with the math right here. You ready? We've only got 4 minutes. So I need your help. I need some I'm ready in the chat, or just yes in the chat, because we got very little time, but we can do it. So prior to graduation, we're ready. We're going to have office hours a little later today, and we've done a lot of the chapter 3 yesterday. Check out that video recorded online. What % of all graduates are white? Well, of course they don't give us the totals. So the first step to solving this problem to make it a lot easier is to get all your totals. So about 4 p.m., I'll finish class and I'll come up here and do some more office hours. So we're going to go right here and write 23. Tell me if I get a math wrong. 23. And then we're going to write 21, 19, 48, and then 246. And then we're going to take our calculator. And we're going to go 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 11 plus 51, 74. Who can tell me, if you look at this, what is the math for what % of all graduates are white? 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 Help me out. We only got minutes left. What % of all graduates? You got it. Yep. And we're going to times by 100. There we go. And thank you so much. We'll drop some points here at the end. There we go. Round to 1 decimal. Next is, what % of graduates are planning to attend a 2-year college? Find the answer. What % of graduates are planning to attend a 2-year college? What % of graduates are planning to attend a 2-year college? I do this so you can follow along, and I think it's nice to get the answers. I mean, it's probably the answer. Yeah, 48 divided by 357. There we go. I think it shrinks it back down when I go away from it, which is a bummer. Next is, what % of the graduates are white and planning? So which meets two criteria. What % are white and planning to attend a 2-year college? So they're talking about this. What is the math for what % are white and are planning to attend a 2-year college? The % that are white and are planning to attend a 2-year college. So what's the math? Because you have to have both criteria met. Yep. You're on fire right there. 5,000 points. I've hit that point button a lot. If I make a math error, please be like, Brian, no! You hit the wrong button. You did it again. What % of the white graduates are planning to attend a 2-year college? So this one is where it gets tricky, because it says, what % of the white graduates? So you have to go here and say, of the white graduates, what % are planning to attend a 2-year college? So what's the answer to this? So it says, what % of the white graduates are planning to attend a 2-year college? We're doing it and right on time, because I had until 1. What % of the white graduates? Yep. And then the last one, I think, just turns around the way it's asked. So the last one says, what % of the graduates planning to attend a 2-year college are white? So you notice it says, what % of the graduates planning to attend a 2-year college are white? So what's the math on this? When it says, what % of the 2-year college graduate attendee planners are white? Yeah, and then you just flip it. So it's just very precise wording. That's going to be a little less than 75%. No, a little more, 77.1. Monster Man. As long as we didn't math error. Cross your fingers as we end off right here. Come on. Don't you do it. Yeah. With that, I'll have some more office hours later today. Thank you, everybody. Sorry it's been a crazy day. I'm going to put out, maybe I will do online office hours. We should take a vote if I should on Tuesdays do online or in person during this. Usually this would go until about 2:15 or so. But you're welcome, everybody. And thank you so much, everybody. I'll be back later today on Stat 201. Bye for now.